Last week, we took you to the marvelous island of Malta. This week, we've headed through airport security and have arrived at the gate.
Bye-bye, Malta.
To hop a flight to our next destination.
And hello, Greece.
We're headed on an adventure to explore Greek mythology and uncover their traditions, food, and fun locals that make mainland Greece a must for families.
Guess what time it is?
Ancient Greece, here we come.
We're a real Texas family discovering our world, one destination at a time. I'm Delaney. Culture and history are my specialties. What's the German word for?
I'm Nikki, and I bring the fun.
This is Paris! It's a clue!
And I'm their mom, Jeannie, with trip tips for parents.
I think it's time for some adult flavors.
We explore around the globe and in our own Texas backyard to help families make culture and history their story. After a quick 2-hour flight from Malta, we land in Greece's capital city.
This is Athens.
Athens is one of the world's oldest cities. It's said to be named after the goddess of wisdom and courage, Athena. We start off our day walking through this majestic city in search of tradition and culture. We find it first with the honorary guards of the presidential palace. You can't miss them. Their uniforms are pretty spectacular and steeped in history. Their costume dates back to the early 1800s and the Greek War for Independence. The guards are made up of soldiers from the Hellenic army. The minimum height requirement is 6 feet 1 inches, and some say that the guards are selected to be the strongest and most handsome men from the army. The kilt they wear is called a fustanella and has 400 pleats, one for each year that the Ottomans occupied Greece. But don't let their costume fool you. These guards take their job very seriously and are armed with semi-automatic rifles. They switch positions every 15 minutes and in between stand at attention perfectly still. Police are on hand to make sure no one harasses them. Their exaggerated steps are from German and French training during the Ottoman Empire. Seeing the changing of the presidential guard is a walk through Greek tradition.
Next stop, the Olympic Stadium. First, a little battle training, just in case. In ancient times, it seated 50,000 fans and was used to host the Panathinaike Games in honor of Athena. It was constructed on the remains of an ancient Greek stadium and is the only stadium in the world built completely out of marble. 85,000 tons of it. It was used during the 2004 Olympics for the archery competition and for the end of the marathon course. For Texas! The history of the marathon race started here. The Greek city of Marathon is 26 miles from Athens. In ancient Greece, there was a battle between the Greeks and the Persians. The Greeks won. A man ran 26 miles from the battle site to bring the good news to Athens and died when he arrived. In his honor, we have a marathon race course. It's also a great place to become your own god or goddess for the afternoon.
Speaking of gods, next up is the Acropolis.
Acro is the Greek word for height. Polis is the Greek word for city in words like police or politics. So Acropolis means a high city. The new Acropolis Museum was built in 2007 to accommodate the large number of visitors to the site. The clear glass-floored entrance gives you a bird's-eye view of the ruins below. Inside, you can see representations of how the ancient Greeks lived, what they used to create all the incredible art they left behind, and how the temples in the Acropolis must have looked centuries ago compared to today. The Acropolis is the name for the site of several temples built here. We start the hike up, and we do mean up. Now this is why I came to Athens. For the Acropolis! On the way, don't forget to look to the right at the Odeum of Herodes Atticus, a stunning theater built into the rock. Today it's used for outdoor concerts.
Ascending the Acropolis is not easy for visitors who cannot climb stairs easily or navigate uneven and rocky terrain without assistance. The rocks have been worn smooth and slippery, so take care when navigating the climb and watch your step. Don't forget to wear sunscreen and a hat, or bring an umbrella. There's not much shade. The Parthenon was built as a dedication to Athena, and she's known to be the protector of the city. Her temple has its own protector today. See that lady in the hat? It's her job to whistle if you're caught removing any rocks or taking any photographs deemed inappropriate. The Erechtheion is another temple where worshippers honored Poseidon. It's supported by 6 figures of maidens called the Caryatids.
We have time for one more thing, the Theater of Dionysus.
Dionysus was the god of wine and fertility. His theater could seat 17,000 ancient Greeks to come together and celebrate his position as the king of the party. Going to the dentist is fun when you visit Houston Pediatric Dental Specialists. Doctors Regina Lewis and Julie Longoria welcome kids of all ages into their interactive office. They'll help your little tiger keep their mouth healthy and learn about taking care of their teeth in an atmosphere of fun. Make an appointment at one of Houston Pediatric Dental Specialists' 5 locations in Houston and get ready to experience your own Smiles Gone Wild. Kids Eye View has their eye on you with healthy skin tips from our own dermatologists at Suzanne Bruce & Associates. For active families, keeping healthy means taking care of your skin. Playing sports can mean cuts and scrapes. We check in with Dr. Suzanne Bruce to get tips on keeping scars from becoming a permanent addition to your skin.
Hi, Dr. Bruce.
Hi, Delaney. How's lacrosse season going?
It's going great, but it seems like the more sports I play, the more scars I get. How can I keep the fun on the field from becoming permanent history on my skin?
Yeah, these look like they've been there a while.
Yeah, that was from a few years back. How can I make it less noticeable?
If a scar is brown like these, we can prescribe a skin lightening cream that will help gradually fade it. If you have a red raised scar, the best thing for those are silicone scar pads. You can buy them at the drugstore without a prescription and keep that on it every day. It will help the scar flatten and become less red. If those things don't help, we can even use lasers to help fade and blend in the scars.
That would be great. What if I get new cuts or scrapes in the next game?
The best thing to do for a fresh wound like that, to make it heal faster, you want to keep it clean and keep it moist. So keeping something like either antibiotic ointment or even just petrolatum ointment on there every day will help it heal faster.
Thanks, Dr. Bruce. I want to make sure my skin looks great on and off the field.
You're welcome, Delaney, and good luck in your next game.
Healthy Skin Tips are brought to you by Suzanne Bruce & Associates, board-certified dermatologists in both medical and cosmetic dermatology. To meet with one of their friendly doctors, visit their website at sba-skincare.com. One of Elle Magazine's top salons in the U.S. is owned by Houston mom Rachel Gower. For fabulous hair and perfect makeup, they're our pick to get us ready to explore the world in style. Get beautiful at the Upper Hand Salon in River Oaks, Hyde Park, and Royal Oaks.
After a day of exploring the sights, it's time to find some of Greece's famous local food. The Plaka is a pedestrian neighborhood right in the middle of Athens that's perfect for shopping and eating. Let's go take a look. With art galleries, stores and cafes. Strolling the Placa's streets and alleys is an event in itself. You never know what you'll find for sale.
Or who you'll meet.
I mean, it wasn't a real lie, but it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until I didn't really know what the real story was. Oh no! You can find something for your taste, or the perfect gift for that special someone. Daddy, I have some Greek barbecue sticks. How do I choose what my favorite gods are? Nothing like a few hundred choices to make it extra fun.
Like in many European cities, there's also a tourist train that you can hop on for a relaxing ride around the Placa.
Little did we know, we were being watched by a friendly local wanting us to join her for dinner. Greeks are known to be great salespeople, and our new friend was no exception.
You know the Greek food, right? Meat grill, french fries, pita, tomato, onion, tzatziki. The main dish is for one, but for one it's a big plate, so maybe you share, okay? We also make the Greek salad family size, so 3-4 people can easily share. Moussaka, we make the bechamel. Here's saganaki, please. Have you tried the saganaki?
They had music. A good Greek goes for moussaka. It's like Greek lasagna. And they promised us we could break some plates. Guess what time it is? But first, I had to learn how to dance like a Greek.
Good job, Tony. Keep going. You're a professional. Up, go, go, go.
I earned that plate.
Oh, oppa. Say oppa.
Our night wasn't over yet. We walked back to the hotel from the Placa and caught the evening changing of the Royal Guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The drum beats you hear in the background are from a pride parade marching through the streets of Syntagma Square just past the guards. It's a perfect combination of the Greece of the past blending with the Greece of today. Before we head out for more European adventure, it's time to check out some fun ways to stay active when you're not out exploring your world. This is Sports Watch. Just press play.
It's not whether you get knocked down.
It's whether you get up. By failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. It takes practice and determination to be great at your sport, whatever you play. That means finding a place where kids can get their body and mind ready to compete. For us, that place is HIT Indoor.
Young athletes need speed, agility, and practice to be great players and prevent injury.
Woo!
Have fun training to be the best in your sport with trainers who are the best in their field. To train to be the best, get to hitindoor.com. We're all about keeping kids and parents healthy and ready to play. For great advice on preventing long-term sports injuries, we turn to the expert, Dr. Alex Moore, in our Moore Sports Minute. Dr. Moore is one of Houston's top spine surgeons, and he spent a lot of time on the college football field as a former Division I left tackle.
Hi, my name is Dr. Alex Moore, and if you have children going through puberty, this tip's for you. Scoliosis is the abnormal curvature of the spine that can develop during adolescence. Most cases of scoliosis are mild and require no treatment. Some cases of scoliosis can become severe and become disabling. Scoliosis checks are easy. They require a physical exam and x-ray. Most kids don't need any treatment at all. Some children do well with brace wear. Very few go on to require surgery. The important thing is to get your child checked for scoliosis. If you have questions or concerns, contact me.
Dr. Moore has offices in Memorial and Cypress. Find him at drmoore.com. Girls lacrosse is taking over Houston thanks to the coaches of Tenacity, Texas.
You can't be number one without tenacity. It means tough, persistence, never give up.
The sooner you learn how to pick up a stick and throw, the better you're going to be. I think that if we can have girls starting lacrosse in middle school, even elementary school, it's going to get them better prepared, have a better skill set for when they get to high school, and hopefully maybe play in college.
Well, the biggest part of being a goalie is like your mental toughness, being able to keep playing even after you've been scored on 10 times. And it's really helped me like in my everyday life, just staying mentally tough and confident in my abilities, even when I'm knocked down.
Lacrosse has taught me to be a team worker, working hard for what I want, and teaching me how to be tenacious.
To get into this great sport for girls, go to tenacitytexas.com. We like a little adventure with our vacation, so our next stop takes us into the mountains of Greece to find a famous site revered by millions of ancient Greeks, the ruins of the Oracle at Delphi. Greeks made pilgrimages to the Oracle on footpaths through these mountains that are still present today. To get to Delphi, we have to go up, way up. But getting there is part of the journey, and we discover a new side of Greece.
You may not think of Greece as a country meant for skiing, but they sure do. We're here in Erchova. In the wintertime, Erchova is a snow-covered ski village, but in summer, it's the perfect mountain town for our little exploration.
I hope he has an elevator.
We're joined by our guide, Nico, who helps us discover Erchova and its people. Surprise! The first thing we find is the bakery. Nico, what is that?
This is called glucomades and it's sweet. As you can see, it has sugar all around it.
Of course, we have to have it. Then we do a little souvenir shopping. I can't believe I found Nikki's name and my grandma's name in Greek.
Very good. Thank you. Nikki, your name? Nikki? Up?
No, that's my sister.
Inside. Okay. Ευχαριστώ. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Then, Nico takes us into a traditional workshop for local crafts. It's not often you get to see the people connected to the hands that are making traditional crafts that keep the past alive today. This is a workshop for handmade tapestries and rugs with intricate patterns. These traditions and techniques are passed down from generation to generation.
Το χαλί αυτό είναι 200 χρονών. Της γιαγιάς μου.
It's her grandmother and it's 200 years, this one. This has the name.
Taking a peek into local life is one of the best things about taking a journey. There are two things you always see a lot of in mountain villages, wherever you are. Stairs and fountains. We're going to need one of these.
Whenever you see a fountain, it's fresh, cold water from the mountains, and you can drink it.
After After a quick drink, we head out of town to find some lunch. And this lunch comes with a killer view. Looks like lunch is ready. Food in Greece is fresh, simple, and delicious. After lunch, we descend to the town of Delphi, taking the same footpath, called the Steps, used by the ancient Greeks. We're joined by a few friends. A few hours later, we've arrived and we're really tired. But guess what? Yup, more steps. We came from way up there. To the oracle at Delphi, where Greeks would come to ask a Pythia, or priestess, to help them ask the god Apollo for answers for life's questions. It's a beautiful place. Our guide, Joanna, tells us more about Apollo.
He was one of the most respected gods, not only by the Greeks, but later the Romans as well. They didn't even change the name of the god. He always had the same name, but he was also called Phobos by the ancient Greeks, which means the one that bears light. Look what a good choice the ancient Greeks did, choosing this place to be the sanctuary of Apollo. This place is full of light from sunrise till sunset.
If you've ever wondered where the Earth's belly button is, we found it. This is the omphalos, the symbol of the navel of the Earth and the center of the universe. Joanna recreates what it was like to visit the oracle for answers.
Columns all around the building, there were walls inside, no windows, there was the roof on top. Certainly a statue of Apollo was inside, but it was inside this building that the pilgrims would have a supernatural experience contacting Apollo. Using the high priestesses, of course, the Pythias. She would stand almost at the back of the building where the sacred part was, the aditon, as it was called. No one but the priestesses had the right to be over there. And she was listening to the question of the visitor. Pythia, will it rain tomorrow? Huh? And Pythia started inhaling the fumes that were coming out of the earth, and then suddenly she was possessed by the spirit of Apollo. That was the idea. Pythia was a medium. She was using her body to serve the god, and so the humans would contact the god. And she was in ecstasies. She was in a shock condition, and she started saying words related to the question, but not in order. So then the priests, after the spirit of Apollo was gone, the priests would write down the answer in order this time. The visitor was taking a piece of clay or a piece of lead inscribed, and everybody was going away, and the answers were always accurate. The way this was happening, though, is that there was a double meaning on the answer depending on how somebody interpreted the answer. So, Pythia, will it rain tomorrow? Pythia's answer, if it's cloudy, it will.
The Oracle at Delphi is a great day trip from Athens. Just make sure you book an amazing local guide like Joanna, who can help you imagine what the past was like at this famous site.
We're a real Texas family exploring our world, one road trip at a time.
Oh, hello, hello.
If there's a city, a beach, or a country road, Kids Eye View is going to explore it.
Guess what time it is? For Texas.
Kids can do anything.
Kids Eye View is driven by Land Rover Houston Central. Where will your Land Rover take you next?
For tacos to Tex-Mex, make it Moderno. From fusion tacos like fried chicken, smoked brisket, and street tacos, to enchilada plates, their famous Matamoros dip, and breakfast, Moderno is fresh Tex-Mex to the max in a fun neighborhood cantina. Their food's so good, your biggest challenge will be sharing. Head over to Moderno and come hungry. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole family to enjoy. Find them at motacos.com.
Silly Silly Girls is the official fun shop for Kids Eye View. From gifts for girls, moms, tweens, and teens, and monogrammed everything. Visit Silly Silly Girls, 7951 Katy Freeway.
Our last stop is for a few days of rest on the southern tip of the mainland to see the Temple of Poseidon, which most people miss. Welcome to the tiny village of Cape Sunion, where ancient Greece is literally under your feet.
I'm standing on the remains of a 3rd century village.
An afternoon hike leads us to the archaeological site of Sunio. Hear all that wind? That's because we're literally at the tip of Greece, right on the ocean, the perfect spot for the temple dedicated to the god of the sea, Poseidon.
Poseidon, your temple is really cool.
But we can't figure out
who was named R. Patterson in Greek times.
There's also the remains of an ancient city that was built close to the temple. Our last night in Cape Sunion, we dined with the locals at the perfect taverna for watching the sunset over a beautiful view. As we say goodbye to the beautiful country of Greece.
Greece.
For now.
Greece is a great destination for families, and thanks to the low euro, an economical one too. To plan your own adventure with us, visit kids-i-view.com.
And you'll find trip tips and behind-the-scenes photos on our website.
Where's Kids Eye View going next? Find out Saturday, November 7th at noon, right here on KHOU.